Hi everyone. So we're back this week with messages and guidance from Spirit. I thought this would be a good little video to put up because as of late, the cards that I have been pulling for the collective have been encouraging us to embrace new beginnings and get rid of what no longer serves us. So I figured during this time of massive change, whether it's internal or external or both, I figured we could use some guidance. Spirit only wants us to succeed. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling like you can't keep up with the changes, or if you're reluctant to let go, which is totally human and normal, and I completely understand, then this reading is for you. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the pile selection. So for pile number 1, we have the rose quartz cube. And actually, I will hold it up so you can get a better look at it. Okay. For pile number 2, we have a piece of amber. And for pile number 3, we have this angel aura quartz, which I'm hoping will show all of the colors once I hold it up closer to you. That is the hope. Yeah, okay. I can see it. Well, I can see it. I hope you can. Anyway, that is pile number 3. So take your time, decide which crystal, which number is resonating with you the most. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be all 3. There are no hard and fast rules here. We are just here to have fun and to build community and get some answers. So timestamps are below, and I will meet you at your reading. Welcome, pile 1. This is your reading if you picked the cube rose quartz. Such a cute crystal. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have for your first oracle card, Bat. Take care, enemies are working against you. We have the Lovers in the upright. And for your Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, you have Security. Okay. All right. It's a pretty powerful message here. If you are undergoing a period of massive change right now, your change revolves around how you have to keep choosing yourself in relationships. So if you're in the habit of putting other people first at your own detriment without prioritizing your needs or enforcing your boundaries, then this is the heads up, the guidance that Spirit wants to give you right now. You will be presented with opportunities time and again to prove to yourself and to the universe that you are finally ready to pick yourself and to prioritize yourself. Are you going to refine and polish yourself and become more aligned with who you are and how you are meant to live? Or are you going to keep repeating the same patterns to your own detriment? There's an opportunity to really blossom here. And it can, I can see how it can be a little, scary, maybe a little bit anxiety inducing, but there's really, truly nothing to worry about. I just feel like you're going to be met with so much abundance, not just abundance of opportunities, but prosperity in more ways than one. And I'm really picking up on that message with the roses that are in full bloom on the Lover's card. Yeah, this is just definitely about picking yourself over and over again, not to your detriment or to anyone else's, but understanding that you too have needs and that you are allowed to vocalize them, and you are allowed to do so within spaces that make you feel safe and make you feel heard. And if there are any spaces or people who don't make you feel that way, then that's something to have to really think if you want to keep that around in your life. Like, you'd have to reconsider its position in your life. You are creating a sense of security in the self, right? You're creating a home within yourself. You are being your own provider. You have your own back, is what I'm hearing with this security card. It's important to feel safe within yourself, and if you keep denying that need, then you stall your own growth. And truly, the possibilities are endless, right? They're as bountiful as the stars in space, or the stars in the sky. But this journey of growth, this journey of self-improvement and maturation, it's not going to bode well with everyone. And that's okay. Because that's part of the process. The closer you align with who you are supposed to be, like how you are supposed to live authentically as yourself, the more it acts as a filter, the more that people, how do I say? It acts as a natural filter, and it weeds out anyone who was never going to be around for the long haul. It clears out anything that wasn't authentic, that wasn't rooted in love. So while the process of loss is something to, really work through and honor, and can be uncomfortable and maybe just a little bit messy, once you get through it, you will see that who is around you is meant to be around you. Those are the people who really care. So I think really that's what that bat card here is saying. Take care, enemies are working against you. Not everyone is going to like the changes that you're making. That's really what it boils down to. Not everyone is going to like the changes that you're making. And some people will take it personally, even though it has nothing to do with them. But it kind of just shows you like the work that they need to do / the level that they are on, not to, not to throw shade on anyone. I'm not doing that. It's kind of, you're just realizing where people are. And you want to, you got to decide, do you want to meet them where they're at, or do you think it's best if you part ways? And that's natural, and even if you question it and it doesn't come to parting ways, like how better, right? How much better is it to just be rooted in the security that, wow, like I did question this. And when I mentioned these concerns and when I honored what I was feeling, we were able to clear it up. And look at you navigating through healthy conflict. You just never know what'll happen, and it's ultimately, it's worse to just not speak your truth or not be yourself than to pretend to be someone you're not. So I think that's the guidance that Spirit has for you, Pile 1. I hope the message resonated. If it did, please give this video a like or mention it in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like to see more content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We will be doing tarot and Reiki. And yeah, I look forward to the next video. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You're here if you picked the Amber Crystal during the pile selection. This is one of my favorites. I just love the texture of amber. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump into your reading. Let's see what guidance Spirit has for you during this period of change. So for your first oracle card, you have Dog, protection from a powerful friend. I love that. Ooh, your tarot card is the Six of Coins. That's fun. And your Destiny Oracle deck is, Forgiveness. Oh, wow. Okay. This is very beautiful energy. Pile 2. Okay, Pile 2. So the guidance that Spirit has for you during this period of change revolves around community. If you think this is something you can see through to the end by yourself, I am sorry to say that you are sorely mistaken. No one gets to wherever they are solely and entirely by themselves. They have a community behind them, whether that community is made up of family, of, blood family, chosen family, friends, what have you. The key to successfully navigating this change is by relying on other people. You need to trust that even if you are not in a period to give, that does not mean that you are not in a period to receive. True generosity is not transactional. It is a friend, or it is a loved one, I should say. It is a loved one recognizing the need that another loved one has and offering to take care of that need. That is what generosity is. And just because, before that message, the first message that's coming through is real friends, maybe for a lot of you it is friends, because I keep saying that, but I keep wanting to say connections. So maybe if you chose this pile, it is regarding your friendships. Real connections understand that when another person is going through a difficult time, they could use whatever support they can get. And they offer it willingly, and they offer it from the heart space. They offer it with love, because that is what true love is. And I'm not talking romantic love. I'm talking about that universal, that collective love, the love that you have for another person, another human being, someone you have developed a connection with. And you have to understand too that what goes around comes around. Everything that goes up must come down, and vice versa. So there may be a time where this person who assisted you during your time of need may need help, and you are in a place to give that to them. And it's not like you were just waiting for the moment, it came about organically. You're like, wow, actually, thank you. Yeah, I got your back. You helped me. Let me help you. That is what true reciprocity and community and connection and friendship is. So yeah, I think a lot of you are just learning to accept help, right? Which can be difficult if we're taught to be the strong one, if we believe that we have to get it all done by ourselves. And it's a hard mentality to break out of in this Western individualized culture, but you're not supposed to do it all alone. You're supposed to have a network. You're supposed to have that community. You're supposed to have that safety net to fall back on. And how wonderful that there are people there who are willing to give it to you. So it's important to surrender. It's important to let go into the, like, ease yourself into the assistance, ease yourself into giving. Possibly forgive yourself for the times in which you thought you had to do it all alone. There's definitely a call here to be more gentle with the self. Almost as if like the sun is setting down on the self-imposed guilt. That's a message for someone that came through pretty strongly. I say too, look out for, keep an eye out for your dreams. Neptune just went into retrograde, so dreams are big right now. Or at the very least, something definitely worth paying attention to. More messages are prone to come through that way with Neptune in retrograde. So if you don't have a dream journal, I suggest keeping one nearby. No one's saying it has to be a very detailed novel-esque entry. It could be a few lines saying, this is what I dreamt about, this is what happened, and that's it. Just keeping a record, because I think you'll get a lot of messages that way. Messages about, the journey, the path, about learning how to accept help. I love this for you. I love this card. I love this card so much, and I love this for you. Pile 2, dog, protection from a powerful friend. There's definitely someone here who has your best interests in their heart. Someone is looking out for you in your best interest. This is someone that you can confide in. This is someone who you trust 100%. This is someone who is loyal. This is someone you can definitely accept help from. And if you find that you can't accept help from the person who popped into your mind when I was describing this card, then you need to ask yourself why that is. A lot of people don't necessarily want to remain in connections where someone is too proud to accept assistance. After a while, that's how it starts to come off, and it can be off-putting. So that's something to keep in mind, and something to tread lightly on. But there are so many of your friends that want to help you. Pile 2, look at all that. There's an entire community right here just waiting to give to you. You just have to allow yourself to receive. You have to allow yourself to open up to receive. Knowing that if there ever comes a time where anyone needs something, you will be able to give. And it's all done in love, All right, pile 2, that's everything that I have for you. I hope the message resonated. If it did, please give this video a like and mention it in the comments if you're claiming it as your own. And if you would like to see more content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We will also be doing Reiki, so stay tuned for those videos. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening or day whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So if you picked the Angel or Quartz, this is your reading, your guidance from Spirit to see what messages, what comes through for you for this time of change. So let's get started with your tea leaf. All right, so you have Apple. Temptation will test you. Okay. And you have the Page of Swords for your tarot card. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, I really like the energy that's coming off of this. And you have Leadership for your Sacred Destiny Oracle card. Okay. All right, let's see. What is this about, pile 3? I almost called you pile 1. Maybe if you felt drawn to the rose quartz cube, there's a message for you there. Okay, pile 3. The guidance that Spirit has for you during this period of change is learning to trust your mind. Learning to trust your mind. Okay, so if you're here, it's highly likely that you are an anxious person. Totally understandable. I am also an anxious person. And maybe it's gotten to the point where the overthinking has taken a hold of the steering wheel and it's been driving around pretty crazily and haphazardly for some time, but you're finally ready to ground into the specifics and to take control back, to bring that power back to yourself. It feels like you are at the very beginning of this new mental adaptation. Who are you when you don't overthink is something that's coming through. What is your mind truly capable of when you don't expend your energy on situations hypothetical and imagined that will probably never happen or play out in real life? Like, why spend so much time preparing for something and expending that energy and putting in the emotions that go into it, and not to mention the mental gymnastics? And for what? Like, why waste all of that time? Why waste all of that energy when it could be used for something far more productive, right? Your mind is not the enemy. I want to make that very clear. I think society as a whole just places too much pressure and too much value on logic, but logic is inherently divine. And I say that because I see that white feather on the cap that this girl is wearing right here. And it's funny to me because I have had this deck for a very long time, and this is the very first time where I am seeing this feather. Crazy. But logic is inherently divine. It is meant to be a tool, not a crutch, and definitely not your only tool or your only crutch. If that were the case, we wouldn't have everything else that comes with this human experience, including our emotions, especially our emotions. There is nothing wrong with the realm of idea and thought and logic, because that is where you can find clarity. That is where you can find inspiration. That is where you can find creativity. You know, like, there is truth to the phrase, a great mind. And I think a lot of us are more capable of that than we either perceive ourselves to be or we're taught to believe, right? Because insecurity runs rampant. So you could be a very intelligent person and not believe that you are, just because of what other people who are insecure about their own intelligence have said to you. That is to say, there is so much to be gained here, pile 2, from tapping into something that is more rooted in love and more rooted in the divine, and rather than something that is rooted in fear and anxiety, because that is where a lot of us tend to go, worst case scenario. And it makes sense, especially if you've been burned one too many times. But there comes to a point where you realize that you feel more exhausted running these pretend scenarios through your mind than you do if they had actually happened. And rarely do any of them actually occur. This leadership card is so interesting to me. I think for some of you, it can be very practically about leadership. There is possibly an opportunity to advance in some field or the other. This could be career related. This could be related to community. This could be related to family. Whatever it is, there is an opportunity to demonstrate your leadership skills and capabilities. But I think for a lot of you, with the Page of Swords here, it really speaks to me of self, like proving to yourself that you are independent, that you are capable, that you are a leader, that you have those qualities that you can tap into. I think, before you lead others, it's important to prove that you can lead yourself. I think that involves an element of self-discipline. I think that involves an element of accountability, of honesty. And I think these are all skills that you are currently enhancing. That felt good. So I think, if anything, you're proving to yourself that you are capable. You're proving to yourself that you are trustworthy. I love that. I'm drawn to this star, the North Star. I'm going to get the book for this because I feel like there's a message here for the star. It's funny, the card is actually called North Star. Let's see. Just as the North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of the night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take your leadership role. You are a teacher, steward, guardian, and healer, a true leader. Own these gifts. Come into the light. Don't hold back. Let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you have been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines brighter. Okay, lovely. Yes. Okay, so it's definitely both messages. And while I did not focus too much on the first one, I also feel like it really hammers in what I said, what I channeled earlier, I should say. I think this is, if you chose this pile, you have been hiding in the background. And I think that's what the temptation is here. Do I stay here where in my safe, dark, cozy comfort zone where it's so familiar and yeah, it feels cramped and like uncomfortable, but I know it and I know it well? Or do I break out and take that risk and shine brightly and see who sticks around and see who goes away? So I think the temptation for you will come in opportunities like that, like the ones that I just mentioned, where you have to ask yourself, do I step back or do I step up? Wow. Okay. That's a very powerful message, pile 3. I think that's everything that I have for you here. If the message resonated with you, please feel free to let me know in the comments. If you're claiming it as your own, I really do appreciate it. Give it a like. That goes a long way too. And if you would like to see more content, please subscribe to my channel. We will be doing Reiki videos also, so stick around for those. And I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your night.